Welcome to the Coffee Table. I'm your host, Kingfish737, aka Mel. So I hope you all having a wonderful week, great week. Last week there was a lot of stuff that was going on last week, and wow, news was coming in left and right. I hope you all are staying out of this heat. Make sure that you're hydrating a lot out there as well. Please, those of you that are on YouTube, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Just a small little channel that's trying to grow. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you that are on Spotify or any other podcast, go ahead, please, and like and share and subscribe as well on this end. So definitely appreciate you for being here. We have a lot to go over that I want to talk about, especially with from everything from the FTC and from Sony to some actually games that are being resurrected now on that end. So yeah, so we're gonna definitely get into it. Some definitely house rules here. Please be courteous, be nice, and everything like that. I always like to say that at the end of the stream, but I always like to feel like I should say that at the beginning of the stream, to be courteous and be nice to one another. So this is where we at here at the coffee table. So we talk about gaming discussions, all types of gaming discussions and everything like that. So as you notice, to give you a brief context here, history about what happened. So remember about a year ago, about close to 18, maybe 20, 18 so months ago, give or take, Microsoft put up the money to purchase Activision Blizzard King, ABK. Since then, the deal has been through a whole lot of scrutiny. As the deal has to go through scrutiny. There's no other way around it. It just has to go through scrutiny on that end. So like I said, Brazil was the first country to approve the deal to go through, which they saw that it was great for competition, which is a good thing on that end. Now that once we see that, then we see that it went through other countries and everything like that. And so the thing about it is, when it got to the CMA wanted to play hardball. That's what they want to do. They just want to play hardball. That is it. End of story. They just wanted to play that. So they wanted to cancel it due to the fact that hey, listen, that we want to listen, we just wanted to cancel it block it because of cloud. And the cloud market is not that big. The cloud market, if the cloud market was big, Google Stadia would still be here. Amazon Luna would got over at least about 30 plus million people in Amazon Luna, but it doesn't have that many people there in Amazon Luna. So yeah, cloud is not that big yet. So that's basically what the argument is. Cloud is just, we just think that the cloud, they're going to harp on the cloud. So then after that little deal there, the little fiasco, after that, then it goes to the FTC. So the FTC gets it. And when the FTC gets it, the next thing the FTC has got to, say, oh, well, this is going to be bad for competition. This is bad for Sony. This kind of everything like that. So then a week before last, we had a trial that they want to put in a temporary injunction on the stoppage of the deal. But Judge Corley, in all her amazing wisdom, by the way, has ruled that, hey, she denied it. So then the FTC wanted to do an appeal, which brings us to where we are now. They want to do appeal with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on that end. So this is where we at now. This is the reason why we said the FTC loses again with the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, because They're not I mean, once they got their federal judge that actually says that this is good for competition, and she denies a temporary injunction, I do not think that she's going to go back on her word. So let's take a look at here. And of course, all my sources are from The Verge. I will post them in the description below, um, on that end. But all my sources are from The Verge. So here we go. So court denies FTC's last ditch attempt to stop Microsoft buying Activision. All right. So the Federal Trade Commission (FTC) has lost that what may be its final attempt to block Microsoft from buying Activision Blizzard. It's the second loss for the FTC after the U.S. federal judge denies its request for a preliminary injunction earlier this week to block Microsoft from acquiring Activision until the conclusion of a separate FTC administration case. The FTC appealed the decision by Judge Jacqueline Scott Corley, and now the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has denied its request for emergency relief to prevent Microsoft from closing the deal until the result of the FTC appeal is complete. The motion for injunctive relief docket number 2 is denied. So that automatically right there, that tells you right there that, hey, this has been denied on that end. So this is the last ditch effort to try to stop Microsoft from trying to acquire that. Now it's been denied by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals on that end. So basically, now, if I'm actually doing this on the Thursday, so if you're getting this at past Thursday, the 20th, and probably from what I heard now, that the Microsoft has requested that they remove the case for August 2nd. And from my understanding is they don't have a leg to stand on much, because we'll get into the next segment on why they don't have much of a leg to stand on. Microsoft welcomed the denial late on Friday. We appreciate the Ninth Circuit's swift response to denying FTC's motion to further delay a deal. Now, when I say Friday, this was last Friday. Ninth Circuit's swift response to denying the FTC's motion to further delay the deal. This brings us another step closer to the finish line in this marathon of global regulatory review, says Brad Smith, Vice Chair and President of Microsoft, in a statement to The Verge. Now, like I said, this is The Verge. I will be posting all of my information from The Verge on that. I like to read in immersive mode, because I don't like seeing all the little displays or any type of advertisements pop up there. So this is their last ditch effort to try to stop Microsoft from doing it, which the case was weak to begin with in the first place. They didn't have a very good weak case. And when I saw it, I was like, okay. When I looked at the case, when I read the case and whatever like that, when I looked at the case and actually go with George Clooney's case, and I'm like, okay, this don't make sense. And then finally, when we know that they had got the temporary injunction denied, wow. Then we saw that they wanted to go again and try to do what they just did a moment ago, which was try to do their best to get it stopped on it. But the case was just weak. It was just weak. So there was nothing that would have given a part for the case to go forward, because like, wait a minute, you got a weak case here, so why would you want to go forward with this? This is not this is not right. And so, but like I said, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a legal mind, although I love to watch legal shows and everything like that. I probably could tell you a million ways about legal shows that happens and everything like that, but I'm not a legal eagle, so to speak. But I knew that it was a weak case when it first started. It didn't appear to be a case that would have been, like I said. And then now this reason why is with the CMA, they after this was being denied by the FTC the first time, and then it lost again. The CMA is really trying to work with Microsoft to try to handle this case here as the best that they can on it. So, my opinion, even though the FTC loses, it's still, the case can still go through. Not the case, but the deal still can go through. Excuse me. Could Microsoft Xbox close over the UK if they haven't worked out the differences? It's a possibility, but then again, if you ask me, Microsoft wants to work with the UK to bring gaming to them as well. The cool thing that I know about Microsoft, they don't want to leave the UK people out of it. They don't want to leave the UK people out of it. If they able to get an approval for the UK and everything like that, then guess what's going to happen? Then the UK can the UK will have gaming too or whatever like that. So we don't want to lose. We don't definitely. We don't want to leave out our UK brothers and sisters over there in gaming. We don't want that. We want them to be there with us while we play online gaming and everything like that. We don't want to shut the door or anything like that with this, so we want to make sure that they're with us and that they can play online games with us. I actually have a lot of people from the UK that I play with online as well, and I enjoy them. They're great people, great teams, and everything like that. They're great teammates and stuff like that, especially when we're playing Call of Duty or whatnot. Yeah. When we play Call of Duty, I play Call of Duty from time to time. So yeah. FTC loses again. I really want to know what your thoughts about that. Lena Khan is like 0 for 4 in merger cases. What she's doing with our tax dollars, So, yeah, what do you think about that? I want to hear your thoughts on that as well. As the FTC loses again. So, on that end. So, before I get to my next segment on this end, I do want to remind you that, hey, you can also go to my blog there. As you see, it's scrolling across the screen if you're on YouTube. And if you're on Spotify, you're listening along on your listening devices. It's course is kingfish737.wix site wixsite.com/the coffee table TheCoffeeTable coffee table on that end. So coming up on the next segment, we are going to talk about how Sony bend the knee. Oh, Sony bend the knee. Or like some of my people said that they kissed the ring. Okay, maybe that was not a right thing to say. But anyway, so Sony bends the knee. So we're gonna definitely talk about that when we get back here. So don't go nowhere. Please stay put if you can. Grab yourself some popcorn, get a drink. We got a brief break to take, but then I promise you we will be right back. Welcome back to the Coffee Table. I'm your host again, Kingfish737, aka Mel. Once again, like I said, if you're on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. the video on Spotify, please share with your friends, family, loved ones. Even if you don't do gaming, share it with somebody that actually does on that end. So definitely, we'll appreciate that and appreciate your support. Continue to support the channel. I don't take it lightly. Some people may, they just do it, just do it. Nah, but I don't. I just believe that the people that got you here, you should always be appreciative of that on that end. All right, so up next on my segment here is Sony bends the knee. All right, let me get here. Sony signs a 10-year deal. All right. So I get a lot of people that just be like, "What? Why did Sony do that? Why would Sony do that? What's the purpose of that?" All right. So I want to go ahead and rewind and go back a little bit of ways. All right. So we're going back all the way to the beginning of 2022 when Phil Spencer reached out to Jim Ryan, told him about the deal or whatever like that. Jim Ryan seemed to be okay with the deal and whatnot and everything like that, and actually was getting ready to he told him, said, "Hey, we're going to let you keep Call of Duty on PlayStation." So next thing you know, forward up a couple of months down the road, next thing you know, he's saying that no, we don't want it, we want this, we want that. Now let me tell you something. They gave them a deal where they would get all Activision games, all old Activision games, plus COD. Jim Ryan didn't want that. So now we're here to fast forward here to where we are right now. We're here where the FTC and all of the regulators have pretty much given the Xbox the green light to go ahead and sign that deal. Now Sony bends the knee and be like, okay, we'll take that deal. This basically is the reason why the CMA and the FTC was on a holdout, because of Sony haven't taken that deal. So like I said, most of my stuff is coming from The Verge today. So I'm going to go here and add that. All right, so Sony agrees to a 10-year Call of Duty deal with Microsoft. Once again, this is from The Verge. I will have this in the description below. Sony has agreed to a 10-year deal for Call of Duty with Microsoft to keep the franchise on PlayStation after the proposed Activision Blizzard acquisition. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer says Sony and Microsoft have agreed to a binding agreement to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. This ends a bitter battle between the companies that have been waged both privately and publicly over the past year after Microsoft announced its proposed acquisition, Activision Blizzard, in January 2022. That's why we went to rewind here. While Microsoft's initial announcement doesn't mention 10 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, Kyrie Perez, head of global communication at Xbox, confirmed that the 10-year commitment to The Verge. Perez later confirmed at The Verge that the deal is only for Call of Duty, though. Only for Call of Duty. So the first deal that they did get was basically for Call of Duty and other games, franchise games, and everything like that. I mean, well, Phil Spencer was trying to bend over, but now this 10-year deal is basically just only for Call of Duty. That's it. And a lot of people say, well, that's not fair. Well, you got to look at it though. Jim Ryan, pretty much showed himself. He showed himself out there. He showed, what it was what. So it's kind of interesting there. So and it goes on to read here. While Microsoft's original deal offers to Sony in January 2020 included keeping all existing Activision console titles on Sony. You see that? Microsoft's original deal offers to keep all existing Activision titles on Sony. Wow. Including versions in the Call of Duty franchise or any other current Activision franchise on Sony through December 31st, 2027. The deal terms have clearly changed since the offering, since opening offer with an extension to 2 years that limited just Call of Duty. Jim Ryan pretty much slammed the door on the previous offer. That's what happened. Like, no, I don't want a new deal. I just want to. That's what he said. That's what Ludo Shane said. I don't want a new deal. I want to just block your merger. He literally just slammed the door. Wow. You slammed the door on getting a deal like that. Now, be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I get it. You know, we have where people Xbox, PlayStation, we're I would put it like this: the fanboys of the console systems are always going at war, not the gamers. In fact, there are more gamers on PlayStation that has actually given their support about the deal in many ways than one, and they really are rooting for Xbox in more ways. I kid you not, there are a bunch of PlayStation players out there that are rooting for this. A bunch of PC players that are rooting for this deal. They're saying that it's good, it's great, it's wonderful. Even the unions across the entire globe have said that this deal is great for competition. If anybody thinks that the deal is wrong, trust me, unions would know. Unions would know. Unions would totally know. So he shut the door on that. I don't get it. I don't get it. So finally, when the FTC and everybody is given the go ahead to approve it, then you have Jim Ryan knocking on the door. Yep. And that's basically it. He wants the deal. He didn't want the deal that we gave him before, which, like I said, the Xbox gave him before. But he wanted to block it. So now I'm gonna read this last section here. Sony had resisted signing a Call of Duty deal with Microsoft after the company first offered a 10-year contract in December 2022. Instead, in filings to regulators, Sony has repeatedly maintained its fears that Microsoft could make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox or even sabotage the PlayStation versions of the game. But we heard a bombshell email from PlayStation chief Ryan read out in court during the FTC versus Microsoft hearing, revealing that he wasn't actually worried about Call of Duty exclusivity and was pretty sure we would continue to see Call of Duty on PlayStation for many years to come. Microsoft lawyers argue Ryan didn't initially have concerns about the deal and have spoken to Xbox chief Phil Spencer to seek assurances about Call of Duty in January 2020. See, this is the one thing about this case, the FTC case that happened. It brought out a lot of stuff that was ugly and a lot of stuff that we didn't know about. We didn't even know that Xbox was thinking about buying Sega. It might be in the works. I don't know. Look, I don't know anything. I don't have inside trading about anything. I'm just saying it might be in the works. We don't know. But I will put it to you like this, though: Microsoft or Xbox has not quit purchasing, so they're still going to purchase stuff. So the deal with the 10-year deal, Sony has agreed to it. This is their thing. They didn't want it at first. They just wanted to block the merger. They wanted to shut the door on that deal. I mean, why would you want to shut the door on the deal like that? I mean, it's just not right. So, but now you're the one knocking. You're the one knocking. You're the one that's ringing the doorbell, trying to see if somebody would definitely open the door for you. And we did. Xbox did. They opened the door, but the only thing is, you're gonna still get Call of Duty, but just Call of Duty only for 10 years, not the actual games that would exist. So that would be something interesting to look into. But we're gonna keep a lock in on this story here just to see what's what on this end as well, because like I said, anything could change. I mean, anything could change. We don't know. Anything could really change at any moment here. And I promise you, this story here, actually this story broke out this past Sunday. News really does not happen on Sundays. But this broke out on Sunday after I was getting ready to do recordings and everything like that for this news broke out, and then I waited just to see what the CMA is going to do. But we're going to get into that a little bit later down in the broadcast. So on that end. So yep, Sony signed a 10-year deal. Wow. Okay. Well, we get to still have players out there on this end. All right, so up next, on my next segment, we are going to talk about Activision games that are coming back to life. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. Activision games coming back to life. You don't want to miss it. So once again, I appreciate you all here at the coffee table. Just sit back, relax. We'll be right back at this brief little break. Welcome back to the coffee table. Once again, I'm your host, Kingfish737, aka Mel. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of gaming news going on here on this end. Like I said at the top of the hour, at the definitely top of all the segments here, please, if you're out there and you are in this heat, please make sure you're hydrated. This heat doesn't play. There's been a lot of heat advisories and everything like that. So please be careful out there on this end. I'm just concerned for my people, my listeners out there. If you're out in this heat, especially in the southern part of the United States, please be careful out there. Or if you're in your part of the world, and if it's too hot for you, make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you stay as cool as you can out there. Hey, this is summertime. And summertime, it gets kind of interesting on this end. So, but yeah, definitely on this end. But please be careful out there on that end. All right, so Activision games are coming back to life. Okay, so after this whole deal and everything like that, Activision games are coming back to life. What I mean by that, Call of Duty fans are playing classic Call of Duty games thanks to backwards compatibility on Xbox. Wow. Actually, I cannot pull it up on my system, but I am going to go to it. One of a good gamer out there, Andrea Panini, at Andrea Pinichi, PICHININI. She always have great updates here. So she tweeted, and this came from the Xbox News that she retweeted, says that since the Xbox 360 Call of Duty servers were fixed, people are reporting Xbox Series X being sold out in stores, while wishlist sales on Amazon has risen by 84%. Wow. Also, too, this is what she's saying here, classic Call of Duty titles are now are now Xbox exclusive on current gen hardware. Play Black Ops 1, 2, Modern Warfare 2 and 3 from Xbox 360 can be played on Xbox Series X and X with full multiplayer matchmaking 100% working, which is true. Backwards compatibility. When Phil Spencer came out with that, so many years back, with backwards compatibility, was like, wow, you get to play some of your games. Now, some games still did not come over. I'm still waiting on True Crime LA and True Crime New York. Come on, Activision. If anybody that can get this podcast over to them and tell them to please bring back True Crime, I would greatly appreciate that. Please do. All right. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Don't want to get too sidetracked here. So a few on the they fixed everything for the multiplayer and for people to actually play. So let me go ahead and see if I can pull this back up here. Let's see here. Okay, no, hold on. This is what happens when you do stuff live. All right, so thousands of Call of Duty fans are playing classic Xbox 360 titles thanks to a server fix. All right. Activision has fixed matchmaking server issues in some older Call of Duty titles for Xbox 360s. Players have been complaining about matchmaking issues in classic like Call of Duty Black Ops. I love Black Ops. And the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 over the past few years, as they haven't been able to get into lobbies for multiplayer modes. Now the servers are back and working. The player count in Call of Duty Black Ops, which might not be totally accurate, stands at more than 100,000. Now, do not compare this to any other game that came out in between 2020 and 2023. Okay, please don't do that. You talking about these games that were way back then on the 360 era, everything like that. So yeah, this is what. So don't people are taking a comparison and say, oh, but this is a comparison to Halo. No, Halo Infinite came out now. Still people playing it on that end. People still love it on that end. So I don't, people, like I said, play what you enjoy, and in what you enjoy, play it. If anybody is upset the fact that you play it on a different platform other than theirs, then they're the ones that have a problem, not you. Now it goes on to read here from The Verge. That doesn't mean thousands of Xbox 360 consoles are suddenly back powered on. It is all possible thanks to Microsoft backwards compatibility support on Xbox, allowing Xbox One and Xbox Series X, S, and X owners to play these classic Call of Duty games. All you have to do is put your old disc in, or even install a digital copy of the game, and all your Xbox 360 progress from more than a decade ago. Will be preserved, including your Call of Duty Prestige ranks. I need to get back into that. I forgot I have Call of Duty Prestige ranks and whatnot. I actually enjoyed Modern Warfare 2 on that end, but I need to get into that, per se. I just need to. Wow. Prestige. I forgot about the Prestige ranks. I know they brought it over during Cold War and Call of Duty Cold War, and now they're bringing it over. I believe in the current one. I'm not sure. It goes on to say here, it's not all smooth sailing, though. Despite thousands of people returning to play these Call of Duty games, GameRant points out there are some issues with input latency on Xbox Series S and X, emulating those older games with Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Call of Duty maker Activision Blizzard. And as final stages is possible, we'll see those input latency issues fixed soon. After all, it can't be pure cannot be pure coincidence that these Call of Duty games are now suddenly fixed, just as Microsoft get ready to put the Activision games on his Xbox Game Pass service. Well, true, it's not coincidence that it is on that end, but I am happy to hear that they are bringing these games back. To the Call of Duty service back for us to enjoy. Black Ops. I enjoyed Black Ops. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Um, even part one, I actually enjoy part one. Would love to actually sit down on Twitch one day and actually play the entire Call of Duty series from Modern Warfare series from 1, 2, and 3. Just play the whole series of them on it, and that would be so cool to do that and just have a whole series of it. Get up to a certain point, play the series, enjoy the series, because it was just amazing, because it was just those games are the ones to enjoy. Those of you that have Xbox 360 or have played any Call of Duty games, or a gamer that have ever played it, hey, now's the time to think about getting Xbox Series S or X. Which now the X is the one that only has a disc. For those of you that say that you're not gamers, but you know people that are, the X is the only one that has a disc. The S doesn't, so that means you have to download that directly to the hard drive on that end. So totally get into that. But my favorite one in Modern Warfare 2, my favorite mission that I enjoyed was Operation Shock and Awe. I enjoyed that one. I could replay that mission all over again. I don't know. It's just something about those old games that just brings a nostalgia to you. Especially, if I'm not mistaken, in Modern Warfare 2, you can actually, if you get I want to say 25 kills or 30 kills, you can set off a nuke bomb. Oh boy, without dying, it kills without dying. If you could do that without dying, you could set off a nuke bomb in it. I've seen one of them happening in Modern Warfare 2, the current gen version. One time I saw that. No joke. I was actually in a game. The guy, he had I forgot how many kills it was, but he set off a nuclear bomb in the current gen version. I'm like, wait a minute, this is so nostalgia. This has brought me back to my Call of Duty Modern Warfare days, Black Ops and everything like that. So wow, that really was something to see. So that was that's something. So I may go back in there. Apparently not that I may have to pay for it again, but hey, Xbox may get my money, of course. Anyway, of course. So, but yeah, that is totally what I would totally go back in there again and look at too as well on that end. But all right. Whew, boy, I'm sorry. I just got a little nostalgia there for a moment. That kind of put me into put me on my mind. I feel like I should just go in there and play some more of that. All right. So coming up next, where we stand with the CMA. CMA is where everything is at now. All eyes is on the CMA, because basically hey, this is it. All eyes are looking at them. So I'm even looking right now on social media to see if there's any update. I don't see an update as of now, but when an update does come available, trust me when I say that I will be doing the breaking news here on the coffee table so that you all can enjoy. All right, I just need a little break here real quick. And I'm going to take care of this. But on my next segment, we are definitely going to talk about where we stand on the CMA. So I just need about 30 seconds or so, give or take. I got to get a drink of water. I got to drink water between these two segments here. Understand. But don't go nowhere. Sit back, relax. I'll be right back here at the coffee table. I'm back here at the coffee table. So welcome back. Welcome back here on this end. So my final segment here, the CMA update. We want to go into this here about the CMA update on this end. So yeah, it's been a lot. Like I said, they first ones to block the merger. They the first one to block the merger due to Microsoft is going to have a monopoly on the cloud. But that's not the case on that end, so that's the reason why they wanted to bring that over to them. So we want to actually give an update here of where everything stands on this end. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so Microsoft and Activision Blizzard extend merger agreement to October. Once again, all this is from The Verge. I'm going to post that in the description below. Microsoft and Activision Blizzard have agreed to extend their merger agreement pending the outcome of negotiations with the UK regulators. Both parties will now have until October 18th to finalize the transaction after missing yesterday's original deal deadline, which would have been the 18th of this month, which was like Tuesday, I believe, Monday or Tuesday. But they have missed it. But they're going to how to hash it out. The recent decision in the U.S. and approvals in 40 countries all validate that the deal is good for competition, players, and the future of gaming, tweeted Lulu Chang of Activision Blizzard's CCO and EVP of Corporate Affairs. Given global regulatory approvals and the company's confidence that the CMA now recognize there are remedies available to meet their concerns in the UK. The Activision Blizzard and Microsoft board of directors have authorized the companies not to terminate the deal until after October 18th. Microsoft Vice Chair President Brad Smith says the 3-month extension is designed to provide ample time to work through the final regulatory issues. So basically, what's going on is here to sum it all up. They put the ball back in Microsoft's court. Microsoft is going to finalize the deal based on concessions and concerns that they have on that end. So once they do that, then they're going to go ahead and then present everything back over to them on this end. So that's the main thing about what they're at and what they're planning to do on that end. So like I said, it's the deal is pretty much done. I mean, it pretty much is. We just know that Microsoft do not want to leave the UK people out of it. They don't want to do that. Now, question is asked, like, well, could Microsoft close over the UK? They could. But let's just say if Microsoft was to try to do some sort of merger again, and it has to go through the UK regulatory board or something like that, but they left the UK out of it last time, how would that look? See what I'm talking about now? See? So that would look bad. But actually, the CMA is under a lot of pressure. They're under a lot of pressure basically from the UK government. The UK government wants to tell the world that, hey, the UK is open for business. We're not closed for business. We're not closed to where a company cannot come in. So we want you to come in here for business. Now, it goes on to say here, both Microsoft and Activision Blizzard have also agreed to a higher termination fee and a new commercial arrangements for the transaction. A termination fee payable if Microsoft or Activision walks away from the deal is now set at $3.5 billion. If the deal doesn't close by August 29th, it jumps to $4.5 billion if September 15th passes without finalization. If both of them approve to go on with the extension, I pretty much don't think they're going to walk away from this. I believe they're going to fight this to make sure that they get these fine people that work at Activision Blizzard King, get them to do their own IPs, resurrect some new games, fix any issues of games currently that we have. I'm pretty sure that they're going to do their best to fight for these amazing. But like I said, if this was a bad deal, the unions across the entire globe would not have come to the aid and defense of Microsoft purchasing this deal and making it for competition. Before the 40 countries, the 37 or 38 countries that already approved it said that this deal was already good for competition. In fact, it helps improve competition. It pushes people to do more. So I feel like I have to be do business jargon as well as gaming jargon sometimes. So if I got a product and you got a product, what makes my product better than your product? Okay, but if you have a better product, then that should push me to go ahead and do a better product myself. On this end, this shouldn't push me to just be like, oh wow, you got a product and that's it in the story. I don't think that my product should be better than yours or anything like that. So, but either way you go, I believe, my humble opinion, and I do stand on this, that they both going to hash this out with the CMA, make sure that everything is good because the way, from what I'm reading, the temperature in the room is the CMA wants to come to a table, wants to cooperate. As before, back in May, they were like, yeah, whatever. Now we just want to, yeah. But now, since they're the only ones left out, then they want to cooperate. So I would definitely keep a close eye on this. Once I get any more information about this, you know what I'm going to do. You know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to let y'all know about that on that end. But totally. All right, so that's it. That's our update that we have here, and I am coming to the end of my time here as well at the coffee. I know time does go by quick when you're having too much fun. You're talking about gaming news, and everything is just only up and up here on this end. But like I said, definitely please like, share, subscribe on this video or any videos I do have on my podcast. I greatly appreciate that as well. So and I also comment as well if you're on YouTube. If you are on Spotify or any other listening device, please share. Or even if you're not a gamer yourself, please share it with somebody else that is on it. And I'm pretty sure they really want to hear about this and everything like that. So I tell people all the time, I am a fanboy of games. I'm not a fanboy of a particular box or PC. I'm a fanboy of games. I love games. I love to see games. I play on PC. I play on Xbox. I play on PlayStation Portable. When I had a PlayStation Portable, I played on. Yeah, I'm a gamer. I love a gamer. I love games and technology. Sometimes some business and sometimes some financial news. So the coffee table we can talk about a lot of stuff. Doesn't matter what on that end. So, but totally, definitely glad that you're here. So before I go and let y'all have a wonderful week as well, please remember we are all on the same planet. Please be nice to one another. Please be courteous. Please, it doesn't cost a penny or anything to be nice and courteous to one another. So, hey, you never know. Your smile could just turn somebody's day upside down. A kind word can turn somebody's world upside down and just be like, wow, okay, good. And you just never know. So we're here together. We might as well get along together. Am I right? All right. Once again, I am your humble host here at the Coffee Table, Kingfish737, aka Mel. You all have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there. Stay cool, and make sure you're drinking a lot of water out there. And we'll definitely see you again on the coffee table.